everyone, I'm Elliot.
And I'm Phineas.
And we're the Peters Bros, and this is our spoiler-free review of Wonder Woman.
So right off the bat, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, this movie was fantastic.
It was so great.
I mean, the reviews have been blowing all the other DCEU movies out of the water. I'm really thinking this might put the whole DCEU on a new level.
Hope this wasn't a happy accident, and that Justice League will be just as good, if not better, because we deserve a gigantic, awesome Justice League movie.
And the characters do as well, and I guess the studio does too, because they've been working hard and not getting a lot from what they're doing.
The thing that I think makes Wonder Woman work so spectacularly is that they actually made you invest in the characters. That's due in large part to Chris Pine and Gal Gadot's incredible performances in this movie. They're so great. But it also has to do with the writing, and the writing, and the storyline really make you care about these characters. One of the biggest critiques I've heard of the previous DCEU movies is that you don't care about the characters enough. Sure, everyone knows the character of Superman, so everyone's going to go see a movie that has Superman in it and root for Superman, but the writing needs to, even if you've never seen a Superman movie before or never read a Superman comic, you still need to get grabbed by this character. You still need to feel empathy for them. And in Wonder Woman, they really succeed at doing that. I'm not entirely sure if I'm right about this, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I saw during the credits that the special effects were done by Weta Digital, who did the special effects for the Lord of the Rings trilogy, famously, as well as the Hobbit films, and most recently they did the special effects for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
My philosophy on life is if you can't get ILM to do your visual effects for your movie, have Weta Digital do it.
There was no moment where I was watching it and thought to myself, wow, that looks super fake.
When you're dealing with like a super powered human, it does get a little hard to keep it in reality enough, and sometimes when Wonder Woman would jump far, it looked a little weird. There were some moments where she would like super power jump, and it looked a little strange. Just because you have to keep the character pushing off from the ground and getting that much height.
You need to find a way to make the physics look
believable enough.
The soundtrack for this movie as well was really great. I loved Wonder Woman's theme. That's something that's been lacking from the Marvel films, is memorable musical themes for its characters, but when you have an electric cello playing this super awesome riff, no one's gonna forget that. So I'm sure that everyone out there who has seen the film or even seen the trailers will remember the electric cello.
Soundtrack is so important in films. If you can go home and remember, oh yeah, that song stuck in my head from that awesome movie that I saw, then that's when you know the soundtrack worked very well with the film. The
person who wrote the music for the movie was someone I'd never heard of before.
Cinematography, I felt, was pretty solid throughout the film. The thing that really was nagging at us the whole film was the overuse of slow motion.
I've never been a big fan of slow motion in any film.
Sometimes it's
super
warranted.
cheesy. Sometimes it's warranted. When it's overused, like it was in Wonder Woman, especially during the big fight scenes, like it takes you out of the moment. It's super cheesy, and it's like, hey, look at this.
The fight choreography was really spectacular, except it kind of took away from it because of just the aggression and speed of the battle scenes was lost.
The momentum was completely lost in every battle sequence when we just get pulled out of the battle. That's really the one complaint that we have with this movie, though, is that they used slow motion too much. So you know that this movie's really great.
And that is apparently a very Zack Snyder-esque thing to do in a film. I don't know if they were trying to keep with the tone and feeling of the other DCEU movies. But I don't think that was the way to go about doing it.
From 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, what are we going to rate it?
It might be 8.
I might go for 8.5 as well. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, comment below, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe, and don't forget to tell your enemies that we are awesome. Bye.